Well, welcome to Fairview on the Poly today, 22nd of November. We have 8 races on the card. Looking forward to it. Looking at about 28 degrees out there. The presenters on course will give you more information, of course. But 8 races, as I said, on the Poly. That means Jackpot race 1, PA race 2, Pick 6 race 3, Jackpot 1 race 4, and Jackpot 2 race number 5. We'll be joined by Nino Podesta shortly, but don't forget, take your blue vouchers, take a bet with Betway and earn your blue vouchers, and you can save them up for the big day, the Betway Summer Cup on the 30th of November. So we want to start making money from now. It's Friday. What do we got? About 8 days to go until the big one. Get those blue vouchers and keep saving them for the big one. Right, so as far as today's card is concerned, we're going to be joined by Nino Podesta. Pleasure to be chatting to Nino. In fact, I chatted to him earlier this morning. How are you today, Nino?
Good morning, Lyle. Yes, I'm very, very well. And like you said, we spoke this morning, and all systems go.
Good, and I know you've got a few confident selections, so we might as well go straight into race number 1, which, as I said, does form part of the Jackpot. Number 1 and action is a scratching. Only 2 scratchings on the card at this moment, and your favourite share is number 7, Serendipitous. Quite a low price here at even money. It's a 16 to 10 about a number 8, and that's Fantasy Girl, and then you can get 13 to 2 and better bar those. So, Nino, this number 7, Kerry Mitchley and Chad Little. Can Chad Little get that first winner today?
I believe that he's got a very, very big opportunity to ride his first winner since he's come back to the saddle. This horse, Lyle Serendipitous, is very fast, and I believe the 1,000-meter is the right thing that they did with it now, bringing it back from the 1,100 to the 1,000. She's very, very fast. The field is small, so I'm not too concerned about the draw. She comes into to a number 7 draw. So a small field, not too worried about the draw, and she is the horse to beat. The obvious danger is Fantasy Girl and Newton Heath.
All right, thank you, Nino. So there's Nino's Jackpot for this afternoon. He's putting the 8 in as well. It's only a 24 Rand perm, but you can bank as a 7 if you want. He's gone 7 and 8 by Banker 1, by Banker 1, by 259, by 1, 6, 11, 12, Banker 4, 24 Rand. Get that Jackpot on 12:30, race 1. Race number 2 is the first leg of the PA this afternoon. They're running over 1,300 metres. And, of course, this is an open maiden. The favourite show, number 1, Mr. Belvedere. This is for the Nell stable with Dennis Shaw's riding. And, of course, there's some nice Cape form there. Your second favourite, currently number 3, Axis Power. Sandile Kati riding for the Mitchley stable. And there are a few others that have some chances as well. You look at horses like numbers 6. That's Extraction with Charles Ndlovu aboard from a bit of a wide draw. And, you know, obviously horses like Smart View, and over the page you could get improvement from 1 or 2 of them. But the question we're going to be asking, and don't forget to take your bets, and you will, of course, pick up on that blue voucher, which you can keep towards the Betway Summer Cup on the 30th. And, you know, race number 2, is the betting correct? It suggests this is a two-way race.
Now, I think it's a one-horse race, in my opinion, and that is Mr. Belvedere. I know it's an open maiden, and he's giving weight all around, but if he brings that run where he ran second to On My Honor, now we know how good On My Honor is. When he ran second to On My Honor, 0.4, just under a half a length behind, I think he'll pulverize this field. If he takes to the Poly, that's the only slight concern. And then he should be too good for this field. That last run at Durbanville, I think you can put a line through it. He was drawn 11 out of 11, which damaged his chances. So put a line through that. But on his penultimate run, beyond On My Honor, I can't see anything running against this horse. So Mr. Belvedere is one of my best bets on the call.
All right, so Nino's taken the win there on Mr. Belvedere, and you know how often we can actually see the 61, the top weights in the open maidens often do very well. There's Nino's PA, Banker 1 by Banker 1 by 259, by 1, 6, 11, 12, by Banker 4. Now, if you've got to leg 5, you've got quite a few in the last 2, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, by 1, 4, 5, 9, 13. 300 Rand to spend for Nino in the PA, and that starts off at 13.05. Race number 3 is where the Pick 6 starts this afternoon out on the Poly at Fairview, 1,600 metres for the conditions plate, fillies and mares. Now, of course, straight away you see the very talented Joy and Peace for Alan Creef. Richard Free is there to take the ride. I mean, she's done nothing wrong. She's won or placed 7 times. She's run on poly. The argument, I know I spoke to Nino this morning, this might be a bit sharp for her, but if you go back to her 16 and 1400 runs, she certainly was not disgraced. Don't forget to take the bet there with Betway. You'll pick up a blue voucher. You can bet with it any way you want. I personally would keep it for the Summer Cup Day on the 30th of November. Right, race number 3. Nino, I know your thoughts here. Joy and Peace. The 16, I suppose, the only question mark, but she's pure class.
Yeah, definitely, Lal. This is close. And even though I would have preferred over 18 or 2000, I don't see much of opposition here. And I think the class, even though it's short, the 1600, I think a class will carry us through here. And another very confident selection. I can only see dangers in number 5, As Fate Has It, and number 3, Red Sash, running behind her. But you know, Lars, this is close. A 7-time winner out of 17 starts, 7 places. She ran against Fire Alley and Mount Anderson in feature races last time. I think this is also all going to have to beat. And another very strong selection.
All right, and she is weighted to win. And yes, she's got a wide draw, but she has Richard Fourie, which is a big plus. So, Nino's confident. Win number 1, Joy and Peace in race number 3. Now, as far as the pick 6 is concerned, you can see Nino really likes this horse today. Banker 1 by 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9, by 1, 6, 11, 12, 4 and 5 leg 4, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and then in race 9 he's gone 1, 4, 5, 9, and 13. 1,200 Rand. Remember, you can always take a percentage if you don't want to take the full amount. That's the pick 6, gets underway at 13.40. Race number 4, that means jackpot time. It's 1,600 meters for this merit-rated 74 handicap. The one scratching here is number 11, Reach for the Stars. And quite a competitive little race, this one, because 8 of the 11 horses have finished in the top 3 in their last effort. Now, as far as number 1, 4, Jacks is concerned, 2 good runs. Tries poly for the first time, he does. And then number 5, Jack and the Greens, also had 2, well, he's had 2 good poly runs the last 2, but there are a few other possible dangers. So as far as this first leg of the jackpot is concerned, I've got a feeling Nino might just play a little bit wider here because it's not that easy. Nino, your thoughts here, race number 4?
Yeah, Lala, I agree with you. I think this is a trappy little race. I think there's plenty of chances, and I suggest to the people who's playing pick 6s maybe to go even wider than the 6 horses I put in. I like Jack in the Green. That would be my first choice. I think the dangers are Union Rose, number 9, and number 2, Gold Gunner, who's unbeaten over course and distance. 4 Jacks is carrying a lot of weight, and he's gained 1,600 on the poly for the first time. But if he handles the poly, I think he could win. Meet at a Windsor also has a chance, and don't leave out Morning Chess with the Lungagila raiding PE again.
All right, so quite a few chances, as you've heard there from Nino. Quite wide first leg, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, by 1, 6, 11, 12, by 4 and 5, by 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. 240 Rand to spend, and the good news about this jackpot is you might get some 1 or 2 slight roughies there, and it could pay quite well. So jackpot time, 14:15, jackpot 1, race number 4. Race number 5 is a 1,200-meter sprint, first leg of our jackpot 2 this afternoon. Fillies and Mares 66, Field and More. You know when it's a Fillies and Mares 66, you know it's going to be open, and it does seem that way. Number 1, Bosnay, Elamites in front, Unshod behind. At this stage, all 13 are running. And you can see by the betting here that both number 1, Bosnay, number 3, September Flower, are your weak joint favourites at around 9-2. Come race time, let's see where the money goes, but it does appear again like there could be a few chances here, and there could definitely be a bit of value to be held here. I think Nino's might just find us some of that. Nino, I remember chatting to you this morning. You liked a horse here at a decent enough price.
Yes, Lyle, I like number 6, Jambasana. I think at 4-5-1.
Yep, 9-2 currently, yes.
Yeah.
Good price.
Yeah, this horse just keeps on winning, and I've been for it the last 2 times, and it doesn't let me down. So I'm going to be loyal to Jambasana. I think that's a horse to beat. You know what? I actually left out September Flower in my perms. I don't actually like it today, but I would suggest that people don't leave that out if they're going a bit wider. I think Bosnia is the danger. And then there's nothing between Jambosana and De Janeiro, number 12, on their last run. He's a kilo better, so he's going to get closer to Jambosana. But just take note that Jambosana was drawn 11 out of 11 last time when he met De Janeiro, and he's now drawn 7. So I think that will nullify the 1 kilogram disadvantage. So Lal, I'm leaning towards Jambosana to win again from Bosnia, De Janeiro, and then number 11 Puff of Smoke, who had a good enough.
All right, so there we go. The jackpot 1, 6, 11, 12. You heard from Nino there. Jambosana 9 to 2 could be a good price. And he also mentioned that he leaves out horses like number 3 September Flower. You can't put them all. So I agree. You've got to take chances. 200 Rand to spend. 1, 6, 11, 12 by 4 and 5, by 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, by 1, 4, 5, 9 and 13. Jackpot 2, race 5, 1450. Race number 6, 1100 meters. That's a graduation plate. Nice little field, this one, 1525. And we have the favourite here, of course, being number 4, Montelena. Calvin Abib for Gavin Smith ran second behind Ayafayakatel. I think I'm the only one that can pronounce that horse in this country. Number 4, Montelena, ran a very good second last time. Artisuna, the 4 horse, or the 5 horse, the 4-year-old filly of Vercingetorix, ridden by Richard Fourie. Those two are dominating the betting, and then it's 6 to 1 and better by those. But this 4 horse, the Daughter of the United States, running really well, some really top runs as well. Calvin gets a nice draw 2, and he had a good day at the office, did Calvin yesterday. Nino, race number 6, are we going for the 4 in a big way, or are we going to include a few more?
Lal, I've only gone 4 and 5, but I do believe that Montelena deserves a 3rd victory. She's done nothing wrong in PE. I think she's going to be a very, very tough nut to crack here today. I believe that dropping to the 1100 meters is a right thing that they've done with her. And from a 2 draw. My only problem is that she just seems to get beaten every time when she's been favourite. She just can't get her head in front. I do believe that this is the biggest opportunity for her to win a 3rd career start win. But I've covered her up with Artisuna just in case she does get beaten. I do believe it's between the 2 of them.
Now, you make a good point then, she hasn't won for almost a year, so a good idea to put the 5 in. 4 and 5 by 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 1, 4, 5, 9, 13. That, of course, the pick 3 starting off in race number 6, and it's just a spend of 50 Rand. Race number 7, the Glendore Sprint, 1,000 meters. Lovely little field, this one. You can put blinkers on number 10, Tuscan Gold. And that's the field there, 10 runners. Just share a quick story with you. My producer, Ricky's just asked me to move closer to the camera so that the ladies can get a good look. I thought that was so funny. He really is a very entertaining man. He says, I'm good for the ladies. Right, so race number 7, the betting does have number 1, 3 Rocks as the favourite. The 7 Elrix, who won so well last time, your second favourite. Nice little race, this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what Nino thinks about this race, because just particularly Elrix won so well last time, and she's down in weight, and she ran in a good time, but no slouch. 3 Rocks here herself. Nino, what's your take on race number 7?
Yeah, lovely little race. And I'm also looking forward to this. You've got some very, very good sprinters here. Lal, 3 Rocks, I think, is going to love the 1,000 meter on the poly. He's drawn 3, but he has to concede as much as 9.5 kilos to Elrix, who was so super impressive last time. And also there's never anything between 3 Rocks and Paris Les. If you look at their form, they've met each other on numerous occasions, and they always get one beating the other. And on the last run that they met, 3 Rocks can't actually beat Paris Les, but that's on paper. But I'm in the camp of Elrix, Lal. I think this horse was super impressive last time, with 52 kilograms, with Cabello Mazzagnani on board. I think he's going to take all the beating. But I've taken a few here. I don't think the race will go past 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7. But I'm in the camp of number 7. I was very impressed with his run over the course and distance last time. And with a low weight, as I said, I think he's going to be the one they're all going to have to beat. I do respect Three Rocks and Paris Las. And then I think also that Liddell's Echo is better over the 1,000. So I give him a chance. So I've gone all of 1, 2, 5, 6, and 7 just to make sure I survive.
All right, so the last double, 25 Rand, 12567 by 145,913. And I must admit, I'm agreeing with Nino. I think Elrix, with 52 kilograms, the way she won last time, for me, that is the horse to beat. Right, get those the final double on, and the time of race number 7 is 1600. Final race on the card, race number 8, merit rated 74 handicap, 1200 meters. As far as the changes, there are none, so please do check closer to the time. Neil and Nadine will have any of those changes for you. Right, looks like a really open race, this one. I'm quite happy I'm sitting here in the host seat, not the tipping seat. So, Nino's going to hopefully find us a bit of value here. And like I said, I did speak to him this morning, so I know he's got one for us at a nice little decent price. And I think he's going to include that in whatever he takes here in the final race on the card. And the favourites, currently joint favourites, are numbers 10 and 4. And they're both trading at around 9 to 2. Nino, race number 8, how are we playing?
Now, this to me is the hardest race on the card. Really a tricky race. But I think I've found a value bet here in the form of number 4, Purple Operator. Now, unbeaten over course and distance when he beat Donny T. Marco van Rensburg, who's at the top of his game, riding for Miller, drawn 3 at 6 to 1. I think that is value. And I wouldn't be leaving that out of anything. My other horse that I think could be a bit of a spook is number 9, Revilius. But I'm in the camp of a Purple Operator here, but a very open race. And if I could afford it, I would have gone field in the pick 6, but it was already too expensive. But a very open race, and Purple Operator, for me, the value in race number 8.
Perfect. Thank you, Nino. There's the boxed exacta, 145,913. I think I'm going to follow Nino then, take a swinger, 4 and 9. Could pay half decently. 20 Rand to spend there for the final race. And I hope you're all having a good day and hope you make money in the finale.